Imagine a town that has relied on oil lamps for centuries. One night, someone discovers electricity, and the streets spark into brilliant light. But the next morning, the town council's only plan is to figure out how to screw these new glass bulbs into their old wax candelabras. Dirt walking paths weren't built for high-speed traffic. Adding a stop sign won't change the fact that the foundation itself is unfit for the speed and weight of the modern world. This line graph maps out our progress with technology over time. For a long while, things move at a steady, predictable climb. But with artificial intelligence, that line is about to spike straight up into a zone experts call superintelligence, a point where machines become vastly smarter than we are. Because that leap is so significant, small tweaks to our current laws won't hold up. We have to sit down and sketch out a completely new layout for how our society operates. In April 2026, OpenAI published a document aimed at starting that exact sketch. They called it an industrial policy for the intelligence age. While it sounds complex, an industrial policy is simply a comprehensive, society-wide blueprint. It is a master plan for how we organize our lives, jobs, and resources around a new technology. The post carries a clear warning. Incremental updates to existing laws lack the scale required to handle superintelligence. Slow-moving bureaucratic rules struggle to keep pace with a system that advances this quickly. These systems will change how the global economy functions. Managing that level of influence requires a thorough overhaul of our societal rules right now, before the foundation cracks. When you read the proposal, you notice the design doesn't center on corporate growth. The stated goal is to build a system that puts everyday people first. First, expanding opportunity. A single path branches into new routes. Second, sharing prosperity. The routes form a circular network, distributing AI's wealth evenly across society. Third, resilient institutions. A protective shield encloses the network, absorbing sudden technological shocks. These three goals, opportunity, prosperity, and resilience, are laid out as a foundational starting point, rather than a finished product. The goal here isn't solely to block harms. It is to actively engineer an economic system where benefits are built into the design for everyone. OpenAI makes a surprising admission in the document. They state plainly that they do not have the final answers, and they aren't trying to write the laws themselves. They describe their own ideas as intentionally early and exploratory. It is a rough draft meant for discussion. To figure out the rest, they are asking the public and outside experts to step in. They want these ideas to be challenged, refined, and built upon through the democratic process. Historically, dominant tech companies have made the biggest decisions entirely behind closed doors. Throwing the doors open for public debate ensures a technology this powerful isn't controlled by a single group of engineers. Ideas are a start, but OpenAI is also providing the resources for this ambitious public collaboration. They've set up a dedicated email channel, New Industrial Policy at OpenAI.com, specifically to organize feedback from anyone who reads the policy. To highlight their financial backing, they are launching fellowships and grants, offering up to $100,000 to those expanding on these policies. For researchers needing high-performance computing, they offer up to $1 million in API credits, a prepaid card for OpenAI supercomputers. Putting actual money and server time on the table demonstrates a serious commitment to outsourcing this blueprint to independent thinkers. They are also moving this conversation offline. In May, OpenAI is opening a new workshop in Washington, D.C. to host live, in-person discussions on these exact issues. The electricity has been turned on, and the light is getting brighter every day. The old wax candelabras simply aren't going to hold up. The first draft of our future is laid out on the cable. The pen has been funded, and the materials are ready. Now it is up to society to help draw the rest of the lines. If you want a stake in shaping the rules of the intelligence age, you can start by reading the full policy post yourself. The planning phase is officially open.